God is opening a door you never expected. Have you ever prayed for something for so long that you started wondering if God had forgotten you? Maybe you've been waiting for a job opportunity. Maybe you've been praying for your family. Maybe you've been asking God for financial breakthrough, healing, peace, or simply a new beginning. And now you're tired. You look around, and it seems like nothing is changing. But what if the closed door you're crying about is actually protecting you from something that was never meant for you? What if God is preparing a door you never expected? There was once a man named Daniel who had been struggling for years. He worked hard, but every opportunity seemed to disappear at the last moment. He applied for jobs and received rejection after rejection. He tried starting a small business, but it failed. Even people he trusted walked away from him. One night, Daniel sat alone in his small room and prayed. God, I don't understand anymore. I've tried everything. If there is a door for me, please show me where it is. He didn't hear a voice. Nothing suddenly changed. The next morning, Daniel woke up, and everything looked exactly the same. But he decided to keep going. A few days later, Daniel received a phone call from someone he hadn't spoken to in years. The person said, "I heard about your work. We have an opportunity, but I wasn't sure if you would be interested." Daniel was surprised. It was a position he had never applied for, a field he had never planned to enter, a city he had never considered moving to. Everything about the opportunity was unexpected. Daniel almost said no. He was afraid. He thought about all the times things had gone wrong before. But then he remembered his prayer. God, if there is a door for me, please show me where it is. So Daniel stepped forward. That one decision changed the direction of his life. The opportunity wasn't perfect. It required courage. It required leaving his comfort zone. It required trusting God when he couldn't see the entire path. But slowly, Daniel began to understand something. God had not ignored his prayers. God had been preparing him. The doors that closed before had not destroyed his future. They had redirected him toward it. And maybe that is what is happening in your life right now. Maybe you're looking at a closed door and thinking, God, why didn't you let this work? But you may not know what God saw behind that door. You may not know what disappointment protected you from. You may not know why certain people left. You may not understand why one opportunity disappeared. But God sees what you cannot see. Sometimes God closes a door because He knows the room behind it would never have given you the future He planned for you. And sometimes, when you least expect it, He opens a completely different door. A door you didn't knock on. A door you didn't apply for. A door you never even knew existed. So don't give up just because your life doesn't look the way you expected. Your timeline is not God's timeline. Your delay does not mean denial. Your rejection does not mean you have been forgotten. Your waiting season does not mean God is doing nothing. There are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot see. The right people may be coming. The right opportunity may be coming. The right season may be coming. And when that door opens, you may finally understand why some other doors had to close. Maybe you've been crying over something you lost. Maybe you've been asking, why me? Today, I want you to change that prayer. Instead of saying, God, please reopen the door that closed, say, God, if that door wasn't meant for me, give me the courage to let it go, and lead me to the door you have prepared for me. Because sometimes the greatest blessing of your life is hidden behind a door you never expected. You might not recognize it immediately. It may look scary. It may require you to start over. It may take you somewhere unfamiliar. But if God is leading you, you don't have to know every step. You only need enough faith to take the next one. Remember Noah. He built an ark before the rain came. He trusted God before he could see the evidence. Remember Abraham. He left what was familiar because God called him toward something he had never seen. Faith means moving forward even when you cannot see the entire road. So if you are in a waiting season right now, don't assume nothing is happening. God may be preparing the opportunity you've been praying for. He may be preparing your heart. He may be preparing your circumstances. He may be removing what cannot go with you into your next season. And one day, you may look back and say, "Now I understand why that door closed. My rejection was actually redirection. My delay was preparation. My waiting season was not wasted. My story was not over." So keep praying, keep believing, keep working, keep moving forward. And when the unexpected door opens, don't let fear convince you to stay where you are. Walk through it with faith, because the door God opens may not look like the door you were asking for. It may be bigger. It may be different. It may completely change your life. And perhaps right now, God is saying to you, "Child, I have not forgotten you. I know what you have been praying for. I know how many nights you have cried. I know how many times you wanted to give up. But trust me, the door I am preparing for you is not the door you expected. It is the door you needed." So take a deep breath. Let go of the past. Stop chasing doors God has already closed. And prepare your heart for the one He is about to open. Your story is still being written. Your best chapter may not have started yet. And the door you never expected may be the very door that leads you into the blessing you've been praying for. If this message spoke to your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone in your family or a friend who needs hope today. And if you believe God is opening a new door in your life, write Amen in the comments. Keep your faith. Keep your heart open. And remember, God has not forgotten you. The door is coming. Trust His timing.